What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch the 7th episode of the 5th season of Fargo. Getting dangerously close, for my liking, to being officially caught up to Fargo. And that's not, I haven't done any research into it. Hopefully there's going to be more seasons of Fargo. I don't know. I've not been involved in the sort of social media or any news about the show, so I'm getting kind of scared that maybe perhaps these could be the last couple episodes. Last we saw, Lorraine has officially grasped my favorite character spot of the season. She was phenomenal. She's dirty, she's grimy, but she's not evil or anything like that. It's just sort of a ruthless businesswoman type scenario, and I love it. I absolutely love it. Munch is back on the side of Roy. Not Gator, but Roy definitely. So I'm so hyped to see how that plays, because I've been telling you guys, one of the things I'm looking forward to most, Terminator versus Terminator. I need to see Munch and Dot have a standoff. Now, Munch is a very weird character, so it's hard to completely grasp what exactly is going on with him, but my prediction would be that we have sort of one standoff with Dot and Munch, and then Munch sort of becomes indifferent towards it, either maybe out of self-preservation, but more so just out of, like, I don't know. I don't know what his motives are, if he cares about innocent people or this or that. So let's see if we get any answers about him. I'm ready to hop straight into the episode. If you guys like the video, drop a leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I've got the full-length reaction up on Patreon. And if you guys like the content I put out on the channel, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe. It really helps me out. Let's get right into the episode.
I'm so happy to see you.
Forgot to say in the opening, Indira has also grown to be a character I am very much enjoying. Let's see if they can do that with Wit, because another thing I've talked about considerably on the channel, I think that the only low spot of this season has been Wit so far, just out of the fact that I've loved him in every scene he's been in, but he's only been in like 3 or 4. He seems like a lot less of a deal than I originally thought he would be, but they can obviously turn that around.
Happy now, shitbird? You got your money?
Oh, dude, I can't. These guys' rivalry is fucking amazing, because it isn't even a rivalry. Although that is a win right there. The tracker is a win. But it's like a little ant trying to step up to like a gorilla. Like that's the difference, the skill difference.
Like I'm some kind of deadbeat, huh? Make me a fucking sandwich.
He does not like visitors. This is, get your kid out of there.
Fucking guys, I'm telling you.
You gonna tell him about the visitor?
Mustard and don't Jew me on the meat.
Make me a fucking sandwich. Man, you're a grown-ass adult. You loser.
Whoa, what the fuck, Ma? Who the fuck is this?
I live here now.
What? A border?
He is, dude, he is so scared. Scary.
Trade.
What?
No payment. Trade.
What kind of trade? That sounds like bullshit.
Like the dog in the yard we guard the house.
Is he for real, Ma?
Don't back up.
Days are over. Landlord's here now. So you're gonna pay for room and board, or I'm gonna cut you a new suckhole. Or how about I call the law?
Dude, what the dude, look how scary he is. Look at him. You can't feel that. I can feel the aura through the screen. You can't feel the aura 2 steps away.
Fucking A. Same amount every month. Huh? Gotta go, Ma. Forgot a thing.
What is up with Munch? Don't let him walk away.
Fucking A. Oh.
Oh my god! Do it in the house! He's crazy. He's crazy. I wish this show was so much more popular. It deserves so much love and attention. I'm still sitting here wondering, what's the connection to other seasons? I've yet to spot one, or at least I can't remember I've spotted one before.
Let me know if you need anything else.
It's almost like a Munch situation where like she's the devil. Not in a bad way, but like she's the Terminator, yet she's so innocent and sweet sometimes. And gullible and I don't know. Innocent. You! Come on. This feels like one of those classic, like, once out of every season they do some weird-ass episode, and this is already feeling... This feels so, like, almost whimsical. And, well, now it's gotten creepy dark forest very fast, but... Yo, hold up, screw the episode. Let's just listen to music for 40 minutes, guys. Is this fucking purgatory? What is this? A crime buddy she used to know? Or is this the other wife? Is Linda the first wife? What the fuck is going on? Okay then. You know what? I'll take it. I'll accept it. I'm on board. Linda's? Is this like some sort of group therapy thingy for abused women?
No, we're just Linda's. Or variations. I earned my first new letter last week, so you can call me Lindo.
I can't laugh because I feel bad for these poor things.
Who abuses and controls you, and you find this place, you take on a new name. Transition name. Linda.
But my Linda was named Linda before.
Well, her name could be anything now.
She sent me a postcard.
Oh, is it like a rendezvous point? They keep in touch with each other.
Some kind of puppet show?
It does kind of seem weird to victims of domestic abuse putting on almost like a domestic abuse show, but
The way they make us feel about ourselves.
No.
okay.
That's...
Now let me tell you what.
I love my husband. It's been 10 years of bliss.
I don't want to say anything because like domestic abuse is absolutely horrible, but they've obviously gone very overboard here.
Welcome, Linda. Welcome, Linda. Welcome, Linda. Welcome, Linda.
It's a cult. It's a domestic abuse surviving cult.
Nadine.
Let go of me.
No, don't hurt her. It's okay. It's okay.
You must think I deserve that.
We can talk about that in the car.
I'm going someplace?
Get your stuff.
He found me.
Rory. I should have come and tell the cops about all the bad he did when you were married. So they can put him in jail.
Nadine.
It's Dorothy now. Dot.
I'll take that as a W. I'll take it as a W.
You used me.
Did you pawn her
You
off
fed
into
me to
him?
so you could escape.
Oh, that's horrible.
Left your boy too. Gator.
I didn't even think about that. Damn.
Do you have children?
Yes.
Got a daughter.
Where is she?
Safe.
So you left her too.
I've been gone like 2 days. So don't act like she just got a one-up in the conversation. I've been gone from her for 2 days.
The real?
Boy, we solved that, I thought. Give a car, get a car. Each has received a gift, use it to serve one another.
What the? Why is everyone so creepy now?
Can we get donuts?
Get off of me.
Sure can. And bear claws for your mom.
Is she back?
I don't know why. I've been unfair to Scotty. And I think the only part of Dot that I've disliked so far is how she treated Scotty. Or I don't know how to explain it. Like I don't know. I don't know exactly how old Scotty is. Probably like 8 or 9, but it feels like she's like 14 or 15. So at times she acts more mature, but other times she acts like, I don't know, almost like like negative, like she lies, and I don't know. I'm being probably hypocritical and unfair.
Come here. We'll take turns.
Roy is such a despicable, disgusting, vile piece of shit that his ex-wife has created a man-hating, domestic abuse surviving cult. He is an all-time Hall of Fame abuser.
Just for dinner. Pancakes and the like.
I gotta look. I just pretty sure I said I gotta look up the fucking symbolism, fucking behind pancakes, breakfast foods.
You haven't asked about him. Gator.
She don't give two shits about the kid.
He's gotta be what, 27 now? You can see it in his eyes. He wants to be good. More than that, he wants to be like his dad.
It would be great if Gator interacts with his mom and then kills Roy, or turns on him, puts him in jail for the shit he did with the abuser.
Maybe I could have used one before Wayne and his new life. But I am in control now. I know.
Yeah, you've almost become a borderline abuser. I'm in control now. You've gone overboard.
And what I'm saying is you need to testify first. Then we can decide if I should go or you should stay.
Weird. Weirdness. I mean, last season had a weird episode. And season 3 had a pretty goddamn weird episode too. More weirdness out of, like, it was normal but nothing happened. And that was the point of it, and I liked that. What? Why would you immediately go to handle him? Right now he's working for you. Do it, like, after. He probably already found that shit. My God. He just sits there all day, every day. He's like charging his battery. Don't even go in there, sniper. There we go. He's about to do something right here. Obviously, this entity will not let this stand, but... Gator, don't fumble this bag. Gator, come on. That was not him. Oh, that's the guy. Oh my God, he pulled a fucking season 2. No, season 1, my bad. He is the GOAT. Get out of there! Leave the scene! Oh, Gator, is it over? Do not be like Gaetano, my man.
No fucking way.
Stop. You've won. Don't. Hurry up! Stop being so nonchalant about it. He's gonna pop up behind you and choke you out or some shit. Why does she not care about it? Well, I would. Gator! Gator, you monster! Why did she not care about her son at all? That was what I was gonna say. Obviously, he is a piece of shit, but still, it's her son. She's very nonchalant about him being, like, kidnapped or anything. It's like the fucking Sopranos, man. We got the oranges. Not Sopranos, Godfather. Guttural roar? He's so fucking scary. Dude, he's lost it. He's lost it.
Dorothy. She was the sun's favorite. You know, the sun. And everywhere she went, there were rainbows.
And bullets and guns and hatchets and death and destruction.
And the ugly things come out at night. And so she, you know, our dog.
He's like the devil shot in red. I love that. He's like looming over them.
Screw it. And leave.
Kidnapper. Kidnapper.
At home.
Boo. Linda. Like the fucking seagulls from Nemo. She's gonna do a fucking little doll play thing. This is gonna be one of the weirdest cults I've not like scariest, but weirdest cults I've ever seen in any sort of media. Stemming from domestic abuse, using dolls and shit to, I don't know.
I was a girl. All skin, knees, and make-believe.
But did she just automatically learn how to do the fucking puppeteering?
You take your hands off that girl. She's with me.
Sorry, Miss Tillman. It's just, I caught her putting chocolate chips in her pocket.
Well, where else is she supposed to put them? You got rid of all the baskets.
It's like she escapes one monster. Well, she finds a monster and she pawns her off to another.
Spend an hour with the studs at breeding time and you can learn a whole hell of a lot. Ow!
Well, I can read with her. But Roy, you're...
Damn, Dot's only like 10 years older than Gator? 37. No, that's pretty young. I would have thought she'd be like early 40s.
Stupid bitch.
No, poor Gator. These dolls are creeping me the fuck out. Aww.
Excuse for what happened next.
Oh, poor Gator. No.
Not so dumb after all, are ya? No. Pretty too. I bet you get your pick of all the boys. Don't get shy on me now, darling.
Oh, fucking... Ugh, disgusting.
You tell me she didn't know what was gonna happen.
Fucking disgusting.
Been a little before. You okay?
I just twisted my ankle a little.
Let me take a look.
Let me see.
Oh, Gator.
Here I am, home again. Was it awful without me?
Oh no, we had a swell time, didn't we, Nadine?
And then she was gone. Packed a bag, Roy said, and left in the wee hours. But he wasn't sad, he said, because he had me. And what we had was true love. And then I was his puppet.
Don't get me wrong, like, the fucking symbolism and the imagery, the fucking everything about this shit is phenomenal.
So, I will go with you. And we can face him together.
She convinced her by just saying what happened? Well, I would assume she thought that she needed to go on that journey of saying that out loud. We need to see Roy. Roy can't go to jail. I want to see him die. Oh, the poor Gator, man. They left him to rot. Now he's gonna rot in jail.
I'll be grateful.
No. These motherfuckers. No! No. No. You did not just do that to me. I swear to, I swear. That did not just happen. That did not just happen. No. 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 No.
In my car. The Kia. Is she okay?
Oh, I don't know, hun. You came in by yourself?
Well, find out for me.
I'll go
No,
at your husband
she's.
know you're awake. He'll be so happy to hear.
Which one?
Took us a beat to identify you. You're very lucky.
No, Roy's here. Roy's here. Roy's here. It was all a hallucination.
Easy on the eyes, too.
No, 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 no. That is the no. No. I can't fathom what's just happened. The devil is approaching. Scream!
Nadine.
Oh my god! I cannot believe what I've been put through. This is another dream. Another one. Another one. A double dream.
I got you.
Don't you do that to me. Motherfucker. I can't believe. I can't believe what I've been put through. It's funny as hell that I was just comparing that to season 3. I believe it was maybe episode 3 or 4. I forget Carrie Coon's character's name. But she, goes on a trip and essentially nothing happens. And I'm summarizing it. I'm not going full in depth. So, you know what I mean? But essentially nothing happens. And I, made a reference to that because that episode then felt very similar to season 4, episode 9, and which felt very similar to that episode right there. They strung me along. They oh my god, they boomed me. They absolutely boomed me. That is a shocker right there. And I don't know. They could do another thing where that's actually a thing. I don't, you know what I mean? Like that's the thing with Fargo. I can't really assume anything because it's so wacky and weird that they can do literally anything at any point in any episode. At the beginning of the episode, I was kind of wary of it. Kind of felt a little too goofy for me, but the specifically that puppeteering scene was absolutely fantastic. One of the best scenes of the season, in my opinion. And whether or not that was real or not, I feel like first of all, just story-wise, it was needed. I mean, telling us exactly what happened was a needed thing. It's been looming around, and obviously Roy is such a shadowy, dark figure, and the stuff like domestic abuse and rape is absolutely horrendous, and it's scary almost. I think sometimes it's harder for men to put themselves in that scenario, but being powerless is one of the absolute scariest things you can imagine. You know what I mean? Especially when you're put in a situation with as wolves around her. And it was horrifying. It hits you at your core, so to speak. That being said, you know what I mean? Even if it wasn't real, even if that situation was in her head, the meaning behind it, the symbolism is still just as strong, in my opinion. I've talked about it a lot. You know, one of the reasons. Well, I love cinematography. I love mysteries. I love questions. I love this. I love that. And I think that Fargo has all that. But it adds one thing that I think is very rare for something as high quality and as sort of like popular as Fargo is. It is experimental. Like it feels like an indie film at points, and I'm sure that you guys have felt this before, whether it be an indie movie or an indie video game. More, they're have a smaller budget and they have a smaller audience. They're able to do weirder stuff. They're able to go out of the way and surprise you, shock you, do things you've never seen before. And not that normal shows, popular shows on big networks like FX or AMC or HBO, not that they're scared to do stuff like that, but they don't really need to do it, if that makes sense. It is an unnecessary risk. But as I've talked about a lot throughout my season 4 and season 5 reactions, Fargo takes consistent risk. It is not afraid to, go to the deep end and mingle with weird and awkward and whatever, mystery, supernatural. Because that's another big thing about Fargo. It is a realistic show. It is based in a real life. There's real life characters. It's modern times, essentially. Yet, there's quirky and weird characters with, a couple situations that are exaggerated for entertainment or shock value. But there's always that supernatural weird moment that, if put into any other show, and I genuinely mean this, if put into any other show, it would ruin the experience. Genuinely, it would ruin the experience. You know what I mean? Imagine you're watching season 3 of The Sopranos, and all of a sudden there's a UFO. Imagine you're watching Breaking Bad and Walt walks into a door, and for the next 60 minutes he has like a weird trip, heaven and hell with Jewish symbolism. I don't even know how to explain it. You know what I mean? That's how weird Fargo is, and it works for it. It's its identity. It works perfectly for what Noah Hawley wants, and I think that's another thing. And I must have discussed this on the channel before. But obviously, this is based off the Coen Brothers movie Fargo. This whole show, this whole universe, it's based off of that. I can say this without a doubt, more than anything I've ever experienced in life. This has improved upon that tenfold. It is so much deeper and complex and weird and more visually stunning. It's and obviously I'm not comparing it 1-to-1 because it's one movie compared to now 5 seasons, 5 different anthology. It's almost like each season is its own show, just because it shares similar beats and similar cinematic shots and structures. They feel completely different, and they do a great job with that. And I just want to give the show the props in that aspect right there. Obviously, and this is also something that is really important from this episode. And again, even if that whole situation didn't happen, you know what I mean? If the Linda shit, they fake you out, it does so much to enhance Roy's everything, the horror that I feel about him. Because I've said it a couple times on the show. I like and dislike Roy. I like him out of the fact that John Hamm is the actor. I like him out of the fact that he is smart and snaky, and you know what I mean? I like that aspect. But obviously, I cannot wait for him to die viciously or be thrown into a cell to rot for the rest of his life for the shit that he's done. You know what I mean? I think I speak for most men. It is horrific, like domestic abuse and especially rape. I obviously want him to face his comeuppance, and I think something like this, not that I was confused or anything like that, but it was almost like a 50-50 feeling. Like, I hate this guy, I want him to die, I despise him, but also, he's entertaining. I would like to see him on screen more. But then I see something like that, and I get real in-depth actualities to as what he has done. And I want him dead immediately. I don't want any hesitation. I don't want any this, any that, any talking. I want him to die. I think more than Dot, I would want Gator to do it, honestly. But the thing is, and I feel like Gator, and again, something else that's a possibility that I don't think so. The stuff that happened, even if it was a dream or a hallucination or just a random thought, I would assume that all of that stuff happened. Like the puppeteering story is what actually happened. The Linda stuff is what actually happened. Like she was brought there when she was 15. So all that being said, Gator has been like left there to rot almost, and I want to make this very abundantly clear. It is not their faults. It is not their fault at all. A situation like that, it's survival. You know what I mean? When abuse gets that serious, you just have to leave, and you just have to leave, and you can't plan. You can't do this. You've got to get out immediately. So I'm not blaming them or anything like that for Gator being there, but Gator, he's been stuck there the longest, if that makes sense. And obviously, I would assume it's not like the rape aspect isn't there, but the mental about it, like not just seeing your dad abuse 3 women, you know what I mean? Like that right there fucks you up, and not just in a like you're depressed way. When it and obviously like psychologists and scientists have been studying this for years, like when your parents or what your parents do affects you so much, it has obviously brought Gator down a very horrible path. He is a bully. He is a rat. He's a cockroach. He's disrespectful. I don't recall him interacting with women, but I can assume he acts the same exact way. Pushy, all that shit. So I want him to sort of grow out of that, if that makes sense. And obviously, it's not going to be like I'm better now. I'm a real man now. But I think that maybe even with a sort of reconciliation of his relationship with maybe Dot, maybe they write to each other or meet up like every once in a while, something like that. I feel like could bring him back to a better side than what he is on right now. That was. Again, I want to repeat it. It started off a little for me. If it continued the way that it did for the first 15 minutes, I would have easily said that was my least favorite episode of the season. But I feel like the bold choices really paid off the second half. So I'm not going to say it was my favorite episode of the show, but it did peak pretty goddamn high for me. I really thoroughly enjoyed that episode by the end of it. And another thing, I don't think I've spoken about as much during this season, but the acting has been phenomenal, as is every Fargo season. But I think that specifically this season, Munch's actor is so scary and awkward and off-putting. Juno Temple has been phenomenal. Jennifer Jason Leigh has been incredible. My favorite character of the season. John Hamm. He has been phenomenal in his role. He's been given a lot less screen time than I would have originally thought, but he's still amazing. And then obviously Joe Keery. I've probably spoken about Keery's acting the most, just because out of all of the actors, he's the one I'm most familiar with, considering I've seen the first 3 seasons of Stranger Things. The other people I haven't. The only other work I've seen of someone else is Devin Bostic from the first 2 episodes, or first episode, and I've seen Jennifer Jason Leigh in Hateful Eight, where she was incredible. But everyone else is sort of a debut for me personally, and they've all lived up to the hype. The final thing that I want to discuss, and it's not a theory, and it's not something that's tangible for me to grasp on. I just want to bring up this question again, just so I can sort of remind myself almost to look out for this. There has still been no connection to other seasons of Fargo, to my knowledge. Last season, the first season had a direct through line with Fargo. The story of Fargo season 1 is almost dependent on an action that is done in Fargo, the movie. The next two seasons have a decent amount of connections toward each season, if I do so recall. The fourth season didn't really have anything until the final end credit scene, and it was something I did predict out of pure fucking shithouse luck, but there was that final connection. So I don't know if this season is going to do the same thing with an end credit scene, or a moment in the final episode where it connects to another season, or I don't see a possibility where they don't do that, because I think that's one of the joys of Fargo and its anthology nature. It sort of hints and pokes at everything that's done. But I just want to let you guys know I'm keeping my eye out, so to speak. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys like the video, drop a like, leave a comment. I'd really appreciate it. I've got the Flying Through Action up on Patreon, as well as the 4th season and 5th season episodes of Fargo. I would appreciate it if you check those out if you're interested. And if you guys like the content I produce on the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. It really helps me out. I will see you guys in a couple days, I believe, for episode 8.